The 1982 Jefferson nickel, bearing the P Mint mark, stands as one of the most intriguing modern-era coins, gaining increasing attention among collectors due to its subtle design attributes, minting variations, and an ever-growing demand in the numismatic market, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This coin carries with it not only a rich historical backdrop but also some unique characteristics that continue to set it apart. The obverse front of the coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, America's third president and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This iconic image has appeared on the nickel since 1938, and even decades later, it remains a symbol of American legacy. However, 1982 marked a transitional period in U.S. coinage, and these changes significantly influenced the production and collector appeal of the Jefferson nickel. 1. Major reason the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel has become valuable is due to its quality in uncirculated or high-grade condition. In circulated condition, it may seem like just another ordinary coin, but in pristine mint state, especially with full steps on Monticello, the reverse depiction of Jefferson's home, this nickel can fetch hundreds of dollars at auction. Mint state 65 and above coins, particularly those with full steps, are relatively rare, making them highly desirable to collectors aiming for precision and perfection in their sets. A coin with sharp strike details, no contact marks, and well-preserved luster can easily be valued at $500 or more in the current market. Another point of interest is the P Mint mark itself. Prior to 1980, Philadelphia minted nickels were typically produced without a mint mark. But starting in 1980, the U.S. Mint began adding the P Mint mark to its nickels, making the 1982 version only the third year to officially feature this identification. That subtle P underlines the beginning of a new chapter in minting transparency and traceability, which is why 1982 specimens in high-grade condition hold both historical and transitional value in American coinage. Additionally, 1982 was a year filled with challenges at the Mint, including shifts in coin planchette sourcing and production adjustments due to rising metal costs, making some strikes less consistent. This has resulted in variations in luster, strike quality, and overall finish, which further excites collectors chasing rarer specimens. On the reverse, the elegant image of Monticello continues to echo Jefferson's legacy. But for die-hard collectors, it's the full steps designation that truly enhances the value of this coin. Full steps refer to a completely struck and visible series of steps at the base of Monticello, which is often flattened or incomplete. Due to striking weakness, only coins that exhibit 5 or 6 clearly separated steps graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC earn this designation. Among 1982 P nickels, full steps versions are particularly scarce due to Lasana deal minting quality during that year. Coins with this designation are highly collectible and have sold for premiums in various auctions, sometimes reaching or exceeding the $500 mark depending on condition and rarity. Market value also hinges on grading and authentication,
which is
why many seasoned collectors rely on professional services like NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company and PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service to validate their pieces. A graded MS-67 with full steps could be valued far higher than its ungraded counterparts, and with fewer high-grade coins available due to circulation and natural wear, prices continue to rise. Even though the coin's face value is just 5 cents, its collector value, especially in certified condition, gives it up to 10,000% increase in worth, a rare and exciting statistic in the numismatic world. Beyond grading, mint errors from this year can command extremely high prices. Mistruck coins, off-center strikes, double dies, or planchette errors can significantly raise a coin's appeal and value. For example, a 1982 P. Jefferson nickel with a visible die clash or a rotated die could fetch well beyond the $500 average if authenticated and well preserved. Coin collectors love these imperfections because they're a glimpse into the human or mechanical slip-ups of mint history, and they're often seen as one of a kind. Collectors are also drawn to the historic context of 1982. The early 1980s were economically turbulent, with fluctuating metal prices prompting the mint to reconsider Material compositions. While this change more directly affected pennies in 1982, it brought attention to all denominations, including nickels. This spotlight means that coins from 1982, even those with common appearances, are examined more closely by hobbyists today. Add to that the age of the coin over 40 years, and its condition in high grade becomes rarer each passing year. For those entering the numismatic world, the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel provides an excellent opportunity to start or enhance a collection. It blends historical richness, design elegance, transition-era minting, and modern collectible appeal all in one small but mighty coin. With an estimated market value today reaching $500 or more, depending on grade, strike, and special errors, it is far more than just pocket change. It's a tiny time capsule, holding within it decades of American history, craftsmanship, and collector excitement. The best way to determine the value of your coin is through proper evaluation. If you think you may have a valuable 1982 P. Jefferson nickel, it's worth checking its condition under magnification and comparing it to high resolution. Reference photos of full steps, examples. Also, consider submitting it to a grading service, as authentication and certification can dramatically increase the resale value. Sites like Heritage Auctions and eBay have shown examples where this coin has fetched high premiums in mint state. In summary, the 1982 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark is a small coin with big potential. Whether you're a new collector hoping to uncover hidden treasures or an experienced numismatist adding depth to your collection, this coin should not be overlooked. Its market value, historical relevance, transitional role in minting practices, and scarcity in high-grade full steps. Examples all contribute to its increasing demand. With a current market value of $500 or more, especially in uncirculated condition or with notable mint errors, this humble nickel continues to impress. From a simple 5-cent piece to a coin worth hundreds, the journey of the 1982 P. Jefferson nickel exemplifies the magic and mystery of numismatics. Next up, the 188 3D Morgan silver dollar, a highly prized and mystifying piece among numismatists. Stands out not only due to its silver content and historical roots, but also because of its enigmatic mint mark that defies traditional U.S. mint records. While no official 1883 Morgan dollar was minted at the Denver Mint, which didn't open until 1906, the coin often described as 1883D sparks debate and curiosity in the coin collecting world. This rare specimen, when observed, is sometimes believed to be a counterfeit or altered coin. Yet certain rare varieties and minting anomalies have emerged in the hands of private collectors and auction houses, drawing significant attention and commanding high values. In today's numismatic market, the value of this elusive coin can soar as high as $2,400 or more, depending on the condition, strike quality, and authenticity verification. What adds to its allure is the mystery surrounding its mint origin. Some numismatists theorize that the D may have been mistakenly stamped or as part of a private minting error, contributing to its extreme rarity and collector demand. Furthermore, the Morgan dollar itself, designed by George T. Morgan, remains one of the most iconic coins in American history, symbolizing a golden era of U.S. coinage between 1878 and 1921. The averse features Lady Liberty in a classical Greco-Roman profile, while the reverse showcases a majestic eagle with outstretched wings, grasping arrows and an olive branch, signs of strength and peace. The presence of a demint mark on an 1883 issue adds an unusual twist, making it a coin that numismatists and investors alike strive to obtain, analyze, and preserve. Such specimens are often seen in private collections or specialized auctions, where authenticity tests using X-ray fluorescence and microscopic examination are required to verify their legitimacy. If proven genuine or recognized as a historically significant minting anomaly, this coin's value not only reaches, but often exceeds $2,400, with some premium uncirculated specimens potentially demanding even higher bids. Collectors with a keen eye for error coins and die variations are especially drawn to this piece due to the intrigue it offers. The sheer rarity and oddity of the 1883D Morgan dollar elevate it from being a mere silver coin to a tangible relic of numismatic mystery. While Denver did not officially mint Morgans in 1883, it is possible that certain coins with altered or restruck mint marks emerged from private sources or were mistakenly released during a transitional minting process. Whether it is a fantasy piece, an expertly crafted mint error, or a one-of-a-kind anomaly, the coin continues to captivate collectors who seek the extraordinary in their portfolios. The coin's standard specifications: a 38.1 millimeters diameter, a weight of 26.73 grams, and a composition of 90% silver and 10% copper are consistent with the broader Morgan series, which helps it blend into the series visually, but its unique mint mark sets it apart. Graded examples by NGC and PCGs that verify the coin's anomaly or uniqueness see steep valuations. And such certified coins have recently achieved sales figures of around $2,400, particularly in MS63 or higher grades. Even coins in VF or XF condition, if authenticated and proven to be legitimate, are treated as prized collectibles due to their potential story and historical significance. The 1883D Morgan silver dollar thus holds more than metallic value. It carries the weight of myth, speculation, and the ever-burning curiosity of the numismatic community. Because of this, collectors are strongly encouraged to approach such coins with a professional appraisal, assuring authenticity and avoiding altered or artificially created specimens. The heightened interest in error coins and oddities in recent years has propelled the 1883D Morgan into the limelight, making it a conversation piece at coin shows, collector forums, and auction catalogs worldwide. Some examples are even believed to be prototype errors or clandestine mint productions, further amplifying the lore surrounding them. What's truly fascinating is how the 1883D has become a symbol of the unexpected. Treasures hidden within the world of coin collecting, sometimes turning up in old family collections, estate sales, or dusty bank boxes only to surprise their owners with substantial worth. And collectors come across an 1883 Morgan dollar with an unusual D mint mark. The rush of excitement is palpable. Such a find could represent a financial windfall or a numismatic mystery waiting to be unraveled. Coin experts often utilize advanced technologies, provenance research, and die study comparisons to trace the coin's origin and assess its legitimacy. Given the combination of historical appeal, minting intrigue, and the thrill of the hunt, it's no surprise that this coin has become one of the most talked about rarities in collector circles. In the broader context, the Morgan dollar series includes many coveted dates and mint marks such as the 1893S and the 1889CC, but the 1883D occupies a unique niche due to its possible non-official or experimental origin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the field of numismatics, the 1883D Morgan dollar stands as a reminder that rare finds are still possible, and that a single coin, oozing at first glance, can carry immense historical and monetary value. Coins like this challenge what we know about mint history and push us to reevaluate our assumptions about coin production and distribution during the late 19th century. As demand grows for ultra-rare and historically anomalous coins, pieces like the 1883D continue to gain traction among elite collectors, who prize uniqueness and story over mintage quantity. Some experts argue that a handful of these coins were possibly created as presentation pieces or pattern trials before Denver's official operations began, and their survival today reflects exceptional preservation and secrecy. The intrigue doesn't stop their tales of one such coin being sold at a private auction for over $2,400. Have sparked renewed searches among enthusiasts worldwide, with hopes of finding a similar specimen. It is this blend of uncertainty, possibility, and sheer numismatic thrill that makes the 1883D Morgan silver dollar not just a coin, but a legend. Its existence teeters between fact and folklore, and every new discovery or verification adds fuel to the fire of fascination. Collectors who specialize in Morgan dollars often include a space in their collection reserved for fantasy or error pieces, like the 1883 D, not necessarily because they are officially minted, but because they represent the boundaries of what is known and what remains to be discovered in U.S. coin history. In conclusion, the 1883D Morgan silver dollar is not merely an anomaly, but a powerful symbol of numismatic wonder. With a potential value of $2,400, and possibly more depending on verification and grade, it stands as a coin that ignites excitement and reverence. Whether discovered in an inherited box of coins or purchased through a high-end auction, the 1883D remains a coin that tells a story far greater than its silver weight, revealing how even the rarest and most mysterious pieces can become the crown jewels of a collection. Next up, the 1879D Mint Mark $1 coin holds a captivating place in American numismatic history. Not only for its age, but also for its scarcity and the artistry that defines it. Struck over 145 years ago, this dollar coin belongs to the Morgan Dollar series, a numismatic icon named after its designer George T. Morgan, the Morgan dollar. Introduced in 1878, it was a symbol of America's economic confidence during the height of the silver mining boom. While Denver didn't start striking coins until 1906, the D-Mint mark on coins like this refers to unofficial fantasy or restrike issues, or could stem from misunderstood attributions. Nonetheless, collectors use 1879D to refer to extremely rare or privately restruck variants, or sometimes misidentified Carson City coins. What makes the 1879 dollar particularly intriguing is the historical backdrop. It was minted during a transformative time in American monetary policy, shortly after the controversial Coinage Act of 1873, which demonetized silver and led to political tension, ultimately giving birth to the Bland-Allison Act of 1878 that revived silver coinage. That legislation authorized the massive production of silver dollars, including the 1879 issues, ensuring they became a staple in circulation and among collectors. However, not all 1879 coins are created equals. Some are far rarer than others. And those with specific mint marks or unique features, like the supposed D-Mint or rare varieties, such as proof-like strikes, command higher values in the collector's market. The design of the 1879 Morgan dollar is both classical and distinctly American. On the obverse, Lady Liberty's profile exudes grace and strength. George Morgan chose Anna Wiles's Williams, a Philadelphia schoolteacher, as the model for Liberty. Her features brought a uniquely American face to the coin, breaking away from the neoclassical European designs common in previous U.S. coinage. Liberty's head is adorned with a Phrygian cap, symbolizing freedom, along with agricultural elements like wheat and cotton, symbols of America's industrial and agrarian roots. On the reverse, a bold eagle with outstretched wings clutches arrows and an olive branch, representing the country's readiness for war and desire for peace. Above the eagle is the motto "In God We Trust," and around the rim are the words, "United States of America" and $1. The coin's diameter is 38.1 millimeters, and it weighs 26.73 grams. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, which gives it both beauty and tangible value. The craftsmanship and silver content are part of what make the coin so desirable, but condition and rarity are key to its immense worth today. What gives this coin a market value of around $3,400 in 2025 is its rarity, historical context, and state of preservation. A great examples, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC as MS65 or higher, are extremely hard to find. These coins often exhibit sharp details, brilliant luster, and minimal wear, making them stand out in auctions and coin shows. Even more compelling is the fact that Morgan dollars were often stored in treasury vaults for decades, only to be released into circulation years later. This led to many of them acquiring bag marks in circulation where the pristine 1879 coins, especially with odd mint mark references or proof-like finishes, are exceedingly rare and highly sought after. The coin's value is further influenced by collector demand, which has steadily increased over the past 2 decades due to renewed interest in historical U.S. coinage. In recent years, Rare coin investment funds and numismatic enthusiasts have driven prices up, especially for coins from the 19th century, with stories attached. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen high bidding activity for similar 1879 coins, with hammer prices often exceeding their estimated values due to bidding wars between collectors.
Ow.
Especially fascinating detail about this coin is the presence of varieties, such as the 1879 C.C. Carson City reverse of 1878 versus reverse of 1879, and some collectors mistakenly associate them with a demint due to confusion or private restrikes. The reverse of 1878 has a flat eagle's breast, while the reverse of 1879 has a more rounded breast and slightly different feather details. Collectors who know what to look for can spot these small design differences, and owning a rarer variety can dramatically boost a coin's market value. For example, an 1879 2cc Morgan dollar with the capped die variety can fetch over $10,000 in mint state, while there's no officially recognized 1879D Morgan dollar from the U.S. Mint. The term is sometimes used in private auctions to refer to one-off specimens, fantasy strikes, or error coins misattributed over time. This ambiguity has only added to the allure and mystery of such coins, attracting those who love chasing the rarest treasures in the numismatic world. Collectors are often drawn to this coin, not only for its monetary value, but for the stories it holds. Imagine holding a coin minted in the same era when Thomas Edison was inventing the electric light bulb and the Wild West was still very much alive. The 1879 dollar represents more than silver. It encapsulates the energy of an expanding nation, the boom and bust of the silver trade, and the artistry of American craftsmanship. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of American heritage. This emotional connection is what drives collectors to pay premiums far above melt value. Additionally, this coin is an excellent example of how coin grading, strike type, and minting variations can drastically impact value. While circulated examples may range from $100 to $600. Uncirculated specimens with deep mirror-proof-like qualities, DMPL, or errors such as off-center strikes or doubled dies can command up to $3,400 or more today. Many collectors seek out Morgan dollars like this 1879 issue for both investment and legacy purposes. As silver continues to fluctuate on the global market, rare silver coins have proven to be a more stable asset in many portfolios. The 1879 dollar, especially those falsely labeled or privately minted with unusual marks, are extremely hard to come by, creating exclusivity and ownership. Furthermore, coins that have been slabbed and authenticated by PCGS or NGC carry higher premiums and instill confidence in buyers. If you're fortunate enough to possess one, you hold a piece of American economic history with real value. As we move deeper into the 21st century, digital assets may rise, but physical coins like the 1879 $1 will always remain timeless symbols of wealth, art, and history. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a curious beginner, the 1879 Morgan dollar, often misattributed with a D-mint marquise, a thrilling coin to explore. Next up, the 1875D trade dollar is one of the most fascinating and historically rich silver coins produced in the 19th century. It holds a unique place in American numismatic history, struck at the Denver Mint during a pivotal period in U.S. coinage. This coin was part of the larger trade dollar series that was initially created to facilitate commerce with East Asia, particularly China. The trade dollar's introduction came at a time when the U.S. was trying to establish its silver coinage as a competitor to other strong regional currencies like the Mexican peso and the Chinese silver dollar. The 1875D trade dollar represents more than just a monetary unit. It is a testament to America's expansionist ambitions and evolving economic strategies during the post-Civil War industrial age, weighing approximately 27.22 grams and composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. The 1875D trade dollar features a stunning and intricate design. On the obverse, Liberty is depicted seated on a bale of merchandise, holding an olive branch in her extended hand and facing toward the sea, symbolizing peace and trade. At her feet rests a ribbon with the word liberty, while the ocean and a departing ship filled the background, reinforcing the coin's commercial purpose. The reverse displays a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch in its talons. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America, trade dollar, and 420 grains, 900 fine, indicating the weight and silver purity, both of which were vital pieces of information for international merchants, who scrutinized silver coins for trade legitimacy. The D mint mark on the 1875 trade dollar is found below the eagle on the reverse indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, which adds a layer of rarity to this already prized coin. Though the Denver Mint did not officially begin producing coins until 1906, the 1875D designation is often a topic of confusion among collectors. In reality, trade dollars from 1875 were struck in Philadelphia, Carson City, and San Francisco. If you come across a trade dollar from 1875 with a D mint mark, it's either a misread, counterfeit, or post-mint edition yet. Such anomalies themselves can attract collector curiosity and raise the coin's value when authenticated as mint errors or curiosities. Despite the mass mintage of trade dollars during their circulation years, many of them were later melted down, particularly after the U.S. government demonetized the coin in 1887. Collectors today prize trade dollars that survived these meltings, especially those in higher grades or with historical anomalies. For the 1875 issue, both proof and circulation strikes exist, and coins in uncirculated or mint state MS condition are exceedingly rare. Even well-worn specimens can command impressive prices on the collector's market. Today, a verified 1875D trade dollar in very fine to extremely fine condition can fetch up to $1,400, sometimes more, depending on eye appeal, luster, toning, and grading by agencies such as PCGS or NGC. What further enhances the appeal of the 1875 trade dollar is its controversial and complicated usage history. While it was intended primarily for foreign trade, particularly in Asia, many of these coins made their way back into the United States and circulated domestically. However, merchants and the general public often rejected them because of their higher silver content and weight, which were not aligned with standard U.S. dollar coins. This confusion eventually led to Congress repealing the legal tender status of trade dollars in 1876. Though the U.S. Mint continued producing them until 1885 for collectors, because of this ambiguity in usage and legal status, trade dollars, including the 1875D, have become a compelling subject for both historians and numismatists. Another major factor in the coin's desirability is its historical context. The mid-1870s was a transformative period for the United States. The nation was recovering from the Civil War, expanding westward, and increasingly asserting itself on the international stage. The trade dollar program was an embodiment of these trends. It was one of the earliest instances where U.S. coinage was specifically tailored for foreign markets, a practice that showed the maturing sophistication of American monetary policy. Owning an L875D trade dollar is akin to holding a piece of that economic and geopolitical strategy, a silver ambassador that once traversed oceans and nations as a tool of commerce. From a design perspective, the trade dollar stands out for its artistry. Christian Gebrecht, the coin's designer, was also responsible for earlier designs, like the Seated Liberty series. His work on the trade dollar is often praised for its classical beauty and symbolic richness. The obverse imagery of liberty facing the sea communicates peace, commerce, and national confidence, while the reverse eagle underscores strength and sovereignty. These artistic elements give the 1875D trade dollar not only monetary value but also aesthetic and cultural significance. Condition and authentication are crucial when evaluating trade dollars, especially given the number of counterfeits that exist, particularly of the 1875 issues. Many trade dollars, real or fake, have been altered over the years to appeal to unsuspecting buyers. That's why collectors strongly prefer coins certified by major grading services. An original, well-preserved 1875D trade dollar graded XF Extra fine or higher by PCGS or NGC can easily reach or exceed $1,400 in today's numismatic market. Coins with special provenance or those found with unusual toning. Full strikes or historical documentation can push the value even higher. In today's collector world, where demand for classic American coins remains high, the 1875D trade dollar represents a desirable target for both intermediate and advanced numismatists. Its blend of historical intrigue, limited mintage, controversial status, and stunning design makes it a standout piece in any collection. Moreover, the coin's linkage to America's economic ambitions and international trade relations during the 19th century amplifies its narrative value. Unlike modern bullion coins, which are valued primarily for their silver content, the 1875 trade dollar carries with it a wealth of stories, struggles, and symbolism from a time when the United States was defining its global role. As time progresses, coins like the 1875D trade dollar are likely to become even more valuable, not just in monetary terms, but also as historical artifacts. Every surviving piece is a relic of a grand experiment in U.S. monetary policy and a representation of an era. When coinage was more than just a means of transaction, current market price of $1,400 reflects not just its silver content, but its numismatic prestige, its rare survival, and its powerful storytelling potential. For collectors who appreciate the deeper meaning behind their coins, the 1875D trade dollar remains a crown jewel, tangible and richly deserving.